Hi, everybody. Wanted to get on here and talk about how to find your niche. First time using screen sharing options. This is pretty neat. So I'm going to try to get a handle on this, see how this works. So to screen share, but I also want to be able to see comments. So let me see if I can. Oh, good. Hi, Kim. Let's see if, can you hear me? Please let me know. Had some issues with that yesterday. See if that will work. Hi, Susie. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me okay? We'll get started in just a second. Just need to know if the microphone is working. Can you hear me? Yay! Thank you, Susie. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, so I want to talk to you today about how to pick a niche for your Tumblr business. Of course, this works for any kind of craft, product, or service. Everything that I teach does. We're just focused on our main examples of Tumblrs this month. So some of the comments that I asked earlier in the group, somebody hit me with a niche that you've been thinking about. And there were a couple. I'm going to list them right here. Somebody said health and fitness. Somebody said like pets or like veterinarians. Are there any others that you have that you want in mind? Because I'm going to go through now and I'm going to do a live demo of how to break this down and why, like which niches, like how we can go from a niche you're interested in to planning it into being more specific and who to target so that it's easier for you to see, gain more clarity and how to approach people who are in the niche that you want to be in. Does that make sense? Let me know. Yes, or likes or hearts. Just let me know so I know. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So what we're doing, let's do the health and fitness niche. All right. So from what I've shared so far, we have to decide where on the customer awareness list we want our customer to be. And you can find out, like I go into detail in a previous video about that. So you can kind of get that. Brainstorm niche. Okay. So once we know where our customer awareness level is, in other words, you want customers who are aware of, like they have a problem and they are aware that a solution exists. They're also aware that a product for the solution exists. Okay, they may even know that you sell the product, but they definitely are using right now the product. Okay, so Tumblrs in this case, they're definitely Tumblr users. They definitely love it, and they are not just like occasional users. They're the people who kind of love to start collecting them. They love it. They're getting a positive feedback from the people they're buying it for, and they want to keep buying. So I'm sure many of you have examples where you have repeat customers who are buying for friends and family. Those are awesome. So what you can do to add to your business is share with your clientele that you offer very specific and personalized Tumblrs for their needs. And you can either personalize that down and specialize in a specific niche. You can have a couple of different niches. I wouldn't recommend spreading yourself too thin. I would try to keep to the very specific niches and then have something extra that separates you from the other competitors, your competition, so that your customers not only love your quality of Tumblrs, but they love coming to you because you're creative and you have this extra little twist. That could be many things, and we can discuss that. So let's pick one, either health, fitness, or pets. Let's do pets for right now. So let's whittle this down. We're going to go pets, dogs or cats. So let's say dogs. What kind of dog? Let's say Chihuahua. I have a Chihuahua. All right, great. So Chihuahua owners. Now that's awesome. How do we turn this product from something that, oh gosh, that's so cute, but I could take it or leave it, into I have to have that. I have to have that now, and I have to have that from you. How do we do that? Well, we have to figure out what about Chihuahuas make your client feel alluring. And I use that word in general, but alluring can also be transferred, like other words can be in control, empowered, feel good about themselves, feel like they are part of the Chihuahua community. We have to attach a deep personal self-identity reason. We have to understand what that reason is for us to understand why our customers are going to want to buy from us like yesterday. And then we only go after those customers because we're solving their problem. They want to identify deeply. Now we have like pet lovers who are majorly devoted to their pets. They are like their children. They feel like that's their children. So these are passionate people. These are people who buy all the Chihuahua swag. These are people who take extra steps to take their Chihuahuas to a doggy salon. These are committed dog owners who are all in and want everyone to know it. Do you see where I'm going here? Like, just this couple of minutes, even thinking, brainstorming down, niching down, can really, really, really make the difference. Once you know who your customer is and what they want and how deeply they want it and how they want to feel about it, all you have to do is make your product accordingly. Okay? So if a Chihuahua owner feels like her Chihuahuas are her children, then you would create maybe a Tumblr around something to that reference, either a quote that infers that her Chihuahua is like her child, either a picture of a Chihuahua or her Chihuahua. I always recommend personalization because that's the best way to make it specific to them. Personalized photos of her Chihuahua, or also another one that hits deeply with people in several different areas, but also in pets, are pets who have passed away. Tumblrs can be like a memorial to that pet because this is something they carry around. People who carry tumblers around that are designed in some way want other people to ask them about it. That's the feedback they get. That's the payoff they get for carrying around these tumblers. They want somebody to say something about their tumbler, and they want to receive the feeling of feeling smart about having bought it, about feeling awesome about having found you who can provide it for them. So again, digging down, thinking about this process instead of just creating a bunch of random tumblers or based on what you see other people doing can severely narrow your focus in a great way to serve your customers so that they get what they want, and then you start becoming known for the person who can give it to them. And then of course we know if people love something, they tell everybody. Okay, does that make sense? Let me know. So Chihuahua owners. What else? Let's do another example. Let's say health and fitness. I can identify with this because this last year has been significant for me, with really committing to keto and intermittent fasting and learning about that and understanding like what happens to your organs and stuff. So let's say you've got a customer like me who is big into the keto intermittent fasting, and our focus, I'm in my 40s, so our focus is away so much from losing weight in order to look good. Yes, we want to lose weight, but it's not the reason of how it's been for years, which is to look good, to attract people, that kind of thing. Hey, Susan. but it's also to welcome Danielle, but it's also to fix our organs. Like our kids are growing up. And for me, it's the way I started effectively losing weight was shifting it from this is a self-worth thing or a lack of willpower thing. This is why I can't lose weight in this constant battle that we all do. And when I was starting having physical problems, um, that's when I started shifting and thinking, what are my organs going through when I'm eating sugar, when I'm eating processed carb? Like, so somebody in this vein who is like me, maybe at this age, and who is concerned more about the health and the longevity of their life for their children, because at this age we start worrying about, am I going to be around for my kid? I have to make sure my child is provided for. All these things in our head. What kind of tumbler would appeal to me based on what we've talked about? What kind of tumbler would appeal to me? Feel free to take some guesses in the comment box. Well, again, I know that I at least a half a dozen times, no, it has to be a dozen times, every time I'm going to the doctor and I'm getting my labs, I'm looking for my liver levels and my iron levels and all of that, and seeing progress. So now I measure my progress by my labs, not by my pant size only. You know, it's less about how I look, more about how my health is. And so I can't wait to tell people about what's worked for me. And they are commenting like, wow, you're down 50 pounds. That's amazing. What's worked for you? So again, when I'm telling you that people carry tumblers as conversation starters, obviously it's functional, but they're not carrying your designer tumblers because it's functional and they want to drink out of it. They could drink out of anything, paper cup. They're carrying it around to self-identify in some way. Okay? All you have to do is figure out what that is and give them that self-identifying factor. So if I am keto and intermittent fasting and lost 50 pounds, maybe I want a tumbler with a quote or something that said, like, I don't know, an extreme case, a before and after picture or something crazy, you know, like a conversation starter. Or I lost 50 pounds. Can't wait for you to ask me how. Something silly, something fun, but in some way you're honing in on that. So what I would say to you is, for customers who are interested in your tumblers and who are asking you questions, start giving them a consultation. Because most people don't know what you can do. They only see your examples. But if you want to take this business up to another level and have like a lot of fun with it, start talking to your customers about what they're looking for. They may not know, but you can ask them a series of questions about who they are that will unveil things about them that let you tell them that you can create this, that, or the other for them. Now, the biggest thing I find in crafting is getting overwhelmed at all the ideas. So I don't want me telling you this to get you overwhelmed in it. I want you to understand that you can keep this to like a single line or a double line of products that you offer and just kind of curtail it based on their specific needs if you want to. It's your business. You can do it any way you want to do it. But I'm just telling you, the ideas start rolling once you interact with the customer. This also does an amazing, amazing thing. You're giving them, and this, oh my gosh, we undervalue ourselves so much. But the mere act of talking with your customer or your potential customer already separates you from the other tumbler makers who may not be doing that. I'm talking about a consultation call. Position yourself in a way that says, I require a 10-minute or 15-minute consultation call with any customers who are interested in buying from me, because I only give you specialized personal cups, like tumblers that you will love. And I have to know a little bit about you. It is absolutely okay to establish and have a standard for your business of what you require and you don't. We have to stop living in this fear-based mindset that we can only do what other people are doing and we can't step out of line and we're worried about what other people say. You can run your business any way you want. And as soon as you start giving them from the very beginning, before they're even a customer, detailed, specialized attention, and you let them know by listening to them that you care about how their tumbler is, you're automatically not in the business of selling, aluminum cups. You're in the business of serving them and making them feel really good and giving them an experience. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it does and what you think about that. That is really the secret of like the little bitty little things we think that take no effort give you the biggest payoff in their happiness and in your fulfillment in your business. Do not undervalue the time that you spend with somebody as far as how that establishes your credibility with them and how that makes them feel. And that's what matters. Nobody, like, we are inherently selfish as human beings. We just are. We want to know what's in it for us. So the biggest mistake I see people make is they start, when they're trying to describe a product or their service, they start talking about themselves and their business. I don't care. Like, if I'm new to you and I've never seen you before and I want to check something's drawn me to you, the last thing I want to hear about is you. I want you to tell me how being on your site or seeing your product is going to enhance my life. That's not to be mean. That's just who we are. So if you can relay that from the very beginning, you're going to have much faster, way better results. Way better results. If you have any questions about like how to overcome something in this area, go ahead. Of course, leave in the comments. I'm happy to help and answer any of those questions for you. So again, if you are into health, if you're into fitness, whatever you're in, whatever you want to specialize in, dig down. It's a combination of finding out who you want to serve and being very specific about that. And like I said, it's not that you only have to serve one person the rest of your life. You can have a couple of different campaigns where you specifically focus on this target market and that target market, but you can only focus on one at a time. The moment you start generalizing and putting your cups out here and trying to like catch everybody else, like I said before, I think yesterday, you're going to lose people because you can't possibly be specific. You're not talking to Sue anymore. You're talking to Sue and Mary and Jane and everybody else. You want to talk to Sue. You just want to talk to Sue. Okay? Not everybody's going to like your style and what you have. Get over it. That's okay. This is the best way to weed out the people who you can't help anyway and to really hone in on those you can. All right. So the great news about this is being your business, you can focus on whatever niche you want. There is no lack or scarcity. Your market is not saturated. This is a story we're telling ourselves. There is a story we're telling ourselves. It's a limiting belief. It's an excuse. It's a way of not to keep going or to quit or to give up. And you don't want to do that. If you decided and committed that this is your business and you're going to make it happen, that's a story. Get rid of it because you can absolutely narrow down, niche down into anything you want to do. Find what that person is passionate about, what makes them feel alluring, feel important, and help them express that through these tumblers. You absolutely can. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, so other niche types, like examples, maybe we have doctors and nurses, and I mean, off the top of my head, doctors and nurses are people who do shift work, so they drink a lot of coffee, they need a tumbler. But not just any nurse. Let's not generalize nurses. Let's get more specific. Maybe a neonatal nurse. Maybe we focus on that. Well, what I would do, in the book that I'm writing that's being released later this week, I have an alluring exercise. And what it does is it's a worksheet that has you list everything. Like step one is everything that would make your ideal target audience member feel attractive, alluring, whatever it is, empowered, in control, whatever it is you want them to feel. You would brainstorm as many ideas as you can without self-editing. That means just keep going, free write all the ideas, silly or not, write down. So if it's neonatal nurses and they take care of babies, you would think about all the ways that your tumbler would make her feel what? Alluring, empowered. If we're going back to the conversation starter, if we're assuming that Tumblrs are conversation starters and that she's proud of her job and that she wants to talk about it, because people do want to talk about themselves, they just want a reason. So if you give her a Tumblr and put that Tumblr in her hand, what is that going to say that's going to self-reflect who she is and how she can start talking about herself? Because, of course we think it's rude to start talking about ourselves, but we love it when somebody asks us about ourselves. So what is that conversation starter that's going to allow her to start talking about what she loves? Okay, so maybe it's a picture of a baby, or maybe it's a picture of a quote. And again, when you talk with her, like if you incorporate consultations into your business, you can kind of get out of her who she is and how that would tie in. Like the ideas just start flowing when you give yourself a chance to like talk to people. So not only is she going to love that because she's getting personalized one-on-one attention with you, even if it's 10 minutes. But she's going to get a product that you have listened to her on, that you know exactly what she wants. Once you've made it and you've given it to her, she's not going to be able to hold back, because there's going to be a dozen other nurses she works with who are all going to love it and make a comment about it. And she's going to tell them exactly where she got it, which should have I've seen your website or name on the bottom of the Tumblr. I think that's a brilliant idea because it's right there. You can give it away, right away. So then, and she's going to be able to talk about herself when they ask about it. So I would also, when you're talking to people, kind of point out, sometimes we don't, again, value ourselves, or we minimize maybe something that's extraordinary about ourselves that we just don't catch. And we may mention it in passing, but you might be able to catch something she said that she's done at one time that's like, wait a minute, tell me more about that. That sounds impressive. And you could suggest that be something on the, on Tumblr as well. So the ideas really come through, but the process is like implementing the process of requiring just 5, 10, 15-minute consultation call and asking them questions about them to find out, why do they want a Tumblr? What about Tumblrs do they like? What do they do? And what ideas do they have? And ask them, why do they have those ideas? Why are you thinking of a Tumblr about nursing? And let them tell their story. That's all they're needing to do, is to tell their story. Give them permission to do that. Okay? That little initial consultation is going to set you up for a long-term customer. And it didn't require hours of epoxy and sanding. It just required you to give a little bit of your time to talk to them. Does that make sense? I hope so. We're quiet today, or maybe I'm not getting messages. I'm not sure. Okay, so if that makes sense, that's kind of all I have today for that. But if you have questions in the follow-up of the replay, ask them. I will answer them for you. Again, I'm almost finished with the book that kind of lays out everything. I have a 30-day strategy plan in there. Everything is in there. I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but I write and publish books as well, both fiction and nonfiction. And what I've decided to do was, because I was going to offer this as a book and a course, a real low-cost course, but honestly, it's in alignment with me, what I feel like doing, writing these books and attaching the links in the books to video tutorials and to the worksheets. So you have everything and it's in the books. And later on, I might do a course. But right now, I really just want to get the information out there so that it's like benefiting as many people as possible, the fastest way possible. But being in this group, by the way, will allow you to get all the good stuff because I'm posting it all here. And you'll also get first notice when the book is out. And you're also going to get a free copy of it if you're in the group already. So if you have friends who might be interested in this information, tell them to join, because if you join by tomorrow, you'll get a free copy of this book coming out, I think, by Sunday. Hopefully it should be done by Sunday. So tell everybody if they want to join, totally free. Come in the group by tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. Eastern. You'll get a free copy, digital copy of the book, and it'll have all the links. It'll have the 30-day marketing plan and all that, because I'm really interested in your feedback. I mean, I've used this information in different industries for different clients. They've made thousands of dollars. It's not my new marketing strategies. It's strategies I've learned from other people that work. And because I love crafting, I've been a lifetime crafter, I wanted to finally turn my attention to crafters, because I just remember years and years of making crafts and like wanting to sell them and not having the marketing information. And I finally feel like I'm at the point where I do have that information to share, and combining the two, it makes for really, really great quality of life, I think. So I want to help. So if you enjoy it, wonderful. I'm glad to have you. And again, yeah, please, everyone is welcome. And I will talk to you soon. Take care. See you tomorrow.